what's going on, guys? It's Cheyenne here, and it's first thing in the morning. As you can see by my face, I've got my little coffee here, little instant with some milk. And we are going to read from Hagakure today. This book was recommended to me by somebody I really admire. So I was like, let's read it. And it's got a lot of wisdom in there, so let's read chapter 7. To speak of things that are important for a samurai in their order of importance, the most fundamental thing is first to commit one's life unstingingly to one's Lord. As for what one should do over and above that, inwardly, one should fully develop oneself in the virtues of wisdom, fellow feeling, and courage. It appears that for an ordinary person to be fully developed in all three virtues is not possible, but actually it's easy. Wisdom is nothing more than to discuss things with others. There is an inexhaustible wisdom in this. Fellow feeling means to act with a view to the benefit of others. One simply needs to compare oneself with others and always choose what will be good for the other person. Courage means to grit one's teeth. All one needs to do is grit one's teeth and, without thinking of before and after, charge forward resolutely until the thing is done. I know of no way of holding one's mind that is better than this. Outwardly, one should work on one's appearance, one's manner of speaking, and one's calligraphy, since these are all matters of everyday life. As long as one practices them in one's everyday life, they will improve. One should keep in mind that it is when one is calm and composed that one's strength in all of these skills will come forth. If one has mastered these skills sufficiently, one should set one's mind on studying the history and traditions. After that, for recreation, one can study the arts. Thus, if you think about it well, the service of a retainer is really not such a difficult thing. Nowadays, if one observes a person who is a little bit useful today, they are accomplished in these three outward items only. All right, so I was not expecting that at all. Kind of hit me like a ton of bricks in a good way. But, let me read that again to myself. Okay. Outwardly, one should work on one's appearance, one's manner of speaking, and one's writing, since these are all matters of everyday life. As long as one practices them in one's everyday life, they will improve. One should keep in mind that it is when one is calm and composed that one's strength in all of these skills will come forth. That's a lot to digest in first thing in the morning for me. And I just want to talk about it to myself really quick. So this book here is called The Art of the Samurai. And we all know samurai were high level people. They were like the special forces of their day. They were multi-talented in almost everything, and they had total control of their mind, spirit, and body. And people really looked up to them. So this book, for the most part, kind of explains how a samurai, for the most part, used to live in that oldish kind of time of day. We don't really have to worry about all that for me. But for me, to know that a samurai is saying outwardly, one should work on one's appearance, one's manner of speaking, and one's writing. That is pretty intense. And the next thing that hits me like a ton of bricks, one should keep in mind that it is when one is calm and composed, no flight or fight, that one's strength in all of these skills, appearance, speaking, and writing, will come forth. It just feels good for me to know that practicing my speaking is not only for people who have a problem stuttering. It's literally everybody. But for us, we kind of have to do it because I wasn't really given a choice whether I had to practice my speaking or not. And I really don't think I can ever stop practicing my speaking. But it just blows my mind that I'm reading a text from like thousands of years ago or however long ago, and they're telling me to practice my speaking, and they're telling me that my strength in speaking will come forth when I am calm and composed. So let's get to work. All right, guys, I will watch this back for my own personal improvement, and have a great day. I'm going to keep reading.